Well, for the third time in about 24 hours and in the same proximity, there has been a shooting involving the tow truck industry.
CP24's Courtney Heels is at the latest shooting scene in Scarborough near Markham and Lawrence with the latest on this. Courtney, you were covering a shooting yesterday. Today, a new one.
Yeah, and I mean, all the details very concerning. We have 3 separate shootings involving the tow truck industry, and this morning police are trying to figure out if there is a connection here. We're in touch with investigating officers. We're just waiting to see if they might be able to provide an update. Where we are this morning, we're at the scene of the latest shooting involving a tow truck driver. We're in the area, as you mentioned, Lawrence and Markham. There's no police activity, no scene here. This all happened at about 11:30 last night. We'll share with you now some video of that scene. What we've been able to hear from investigators, they say the tow truck driver was actually in his truck at the time when someone drove by, shot at the vehicle. We're hearing as many as 10 shots, and that driver was rushed to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. We know the driver is a man in his 20s, so likely still in hospital getting medical treatment. Yesterday, though, another shooting. This one, though, officers were called to a tow truck yard. It's not far from here. It's about a 10-15-minute drive north to the area of Markham and Steeles. What we heard from police, they say they showed up in that yard over reports of shots fired, didn't find anything, and later 2 people brought themselves to hospital. No details on how seriously injured those people are. But again, officers trying to figure out if maybe those people were shot at the tow truck yard and then went to hospital on their own. And yesterday, as you mentioned, Jennifer, we were in this same area covering a similar situation. A tow truck driver shot. That one happened in the area of Markham and Finch. What we heard from investigators, they believe the shooting happened elsewhere, about a 5-minute drive. And then they went to a tow truck yard and called paramedics who rushed in to help that man. He also has serious but non-life-threatening injury. So, as I say, 3 separate cases, obviously very concerning. And this also happens at a time when we have heard from investigators acknowledging there have been turf wars. There have been issues in the past over the last couple of years. In fact, at one point, Toronto police brought together an investigative team known as Project Beacon. So essentially, they had investigators looking into what they were hearing in terms of reports involving tow truck drivers, victims, shootings, even arson. So that begs the question, could this be something similar? We'll stay in touch with police. We'll let you know if there's any updates on this, but from the scene of the latest shooting involving a tow truck driver, we know this man in his 20s is still in hospital with serious non-life-threatening injuries. Over to you.
Okay, Courtney Heels live for us in Scarborough this morning. Appreciate the update there, Court. Thanks.